should be in my direction. No, 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 no. Yeah, there you go. Uh, can you see me clearly?
Mm,
Uh,
no,
that light ain't too bright, is it?
no,
Glare? No glare?
no.
Okay.
All
All
right, for
right. Good
this,
evening. Good
hold on.
evening, everybody.
For this one, I hit what?
You don't got to do nothing. It's already on. See,
Oh,
Tom, we
go
good.
ahead, you go.
All
You
right,
know.
everybody. We are officially on, and I hope that you all can hear me clearly while I am getting adjusted here. See what happens here. All right, so is chapter 4 or part 4 of the, I'm going to call it the cancer logs. I'm in the shop. Share this video. This is for edutainment purposes, entertainment plus education combined into one. This video is dedicated to anyone that has dealt with cancer or is dealing with cancer at this time in their life. And the purpose of this video is to give you all some tactics. Some of these tactics I use and I still use today. So you may hear this compressor go off a little bit while I'm painting this portrait. This is what I do for a living. In no shape, form, or fashion am I doing this video to sell a product. Though I do have my own products as what you see here, this video is to give you all what I like to call knowledge with a flair, also known as game. And if you use this technique that I'm about to show you all can help you all deal with a lot of things. Now, in part 3 of the videos that I did, the video was, and I quote, "You got cancer. You ain't dead yet. What are you going to do?" All right? We get hit with these traumatizing symptoms, such as cancer or any illnesses, and we end up getting into a really deep depressive state. I use my story as an example of how I dealt with it, and maybe you may be experiencing this as well. So if I can show you what I did and it helped you out, as the universal law goes, as you are blessed, you bless back. So I hope this is a blessing to somebody. All right. You are going to have to find a way to cope with it so that you can get over it. I want to give you all a story of Miles Davis, who, like myself, am a Gemini. And if you have ever listened to Miles Davis's music, Miles Davis, at one point when he started, he was dealing with the great late Charlie Parker, who is actually, I'm going to say, the godfather of the sound, as bebop. All of the different techniques in music, the interchangeable styles, he perfected. Unfortunately, like a lot of jazz musicians, they got caught up in drugs. And unfortunately, at the age of not even in his early 30s, Charlie Parker died and they thought he was 50 years old. Now, as great as that man was, that man had a vice that held on to him. Miles Davis had that same vice coming back home from Europe and seeing how racism stopped a lot of progress to not only him, but other great quote unquote brown or black people in the United States. This can lead to a lot of depression. This can lead to a lot of stress and unfortunately a lot of health issues that lead us into doing things such as drugs and alcohol to cope with the pain. I never went that route. However, depression from a divorce, separation, financial issues, um, identity theft later on put me in a really bad state. It hurt knowing that I'm no longer a married man to someone that wanted to be with me. As a man, that does a lot to your pride, and women, I know you all go through it too. But your body can only react according to how you think. Your mind plays a very important role in how you heal. Black people have been told that we are less than human, that we're not capable of achieving heights that we've done hundreds and thousands of years that other races and nationalities have taken from us and have benefited. Yet it has gotten so bad that they have found ways, and I'm not trying to play the race card, but this is actual. And if not, I'll do a little test at the end of this video. The lights that we got on right now was perfected by a man by the name of Lewis Latimer. The mechanisms that the majority of us use came from someone of this hue. Yet it's impossible for us to get ahead when the people that benefit from us keeps us at a low standard. Redlining, reverse racism, black laws, black codes, lynch codes, religious dogma, voting rights, civil rights, human rights. As of now, we're the only nation that the UN has not fully dealt with on a large platform. Yet it takes an economic decline for people to pay attention to us. Yet, as much money as we as a people spend, we should not be in the condition that we are in unless it was programmed and made to be that way. If not, why is it that those who are supposedly the superior powers can't fix that problem? It's either because you don't know how to do it, or you're the reason why it is happening.
Right.
My point is, why are you having a hard time healing yourself? It's because either you don't know how to do it, or you are purposely killing yourself. This is why I use Miles Davis as an example. When Miles Davis came home from Europe, he got into a serious depression, which led him to dealing with drugs, heroin. He became a serious addict to where he was skin and bones. He went back home, told his father, according to the story, whatever you do, do not open this door for 7 days. I don't care what you hear in this room. Do not open this door for 7 days. He locked himself in a room and he killed the depression that drugs put on him. He detoxed in a very harsh way. There are people who have gone to jail that go into solitary confinement and they don't come out for a certain amount of time and they have to deal with themselves for several days, and in some cases I've heard even a month. But when they get out of there, if they're wise enough to actually slow down and listen to what's going on here, they begin to recognize their problems. In some cases, when they get out of solitary confinement, they start to restructure themselves. Some of us, we do that once we get some actual rest from overworking and stressed out. And I am bear witness that people are on my butt about the fact that I don't get a lot of sleep, such as the person that's holding this phone. So I will not deny that. So I'm saying that because it's the truth. All right, that's why he laughing, because you know I ain't lying. But when you get an opportunity to face the reality of what's going on, there's something that happens to all of us. Sometimes it takes these moments for God to actually talk to you and say, where did we go wrong?
Right.
In that moment, we start to down our own mindset. We down ourselves. We tear each other down. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We tear ourselves down because we're not where we want to be. We're where we don't want to be. We're upset. We are worried. Some of us, we get angry because the person that we're with is no longer with us. They're with somebody else. That does something to a pride, male and female. But we have to deal with it because life is going to throw these things at you. And you have to be strong enough and wise enough to say, I am going to get through this. And that's my key word. Get through it, because you will get through it. How you prepare yourself will determine how you're going to get through it. You can get through it. You can get through it victoriously, or you can get through it tragically. Which side do you want to be on? It was difficult as a man to realize that I went from being married, living in an apartment with somebody, to being almost homeless had it not been for a friend. It's difficult when everybody sees you working hard at something and you see your foundation begin to crumble and you don't know how to pick yourself up because you don't have anybody to help you. Unlike some people that may have someone that's always there. So it does something to your spirit. It activates something in your body that is not healthy, and you end up losing weight. You end up sitting in a stare mode, doing anything and everything that you can to just escape the fact that you are in the situation. I know how it feels. I truly know how it feels. So what I am going to show you all is step by step how you combat this. Number one, remember these words. You are valuable. And number two, you're still here. You have to make yourself valuable by making yourself important first. Don't look for outside help. Make yourself important first. Start by, and let me do this demonstration. Everything I'm telling you all, I have used. Get a mirror, not necessarily this one, but get a mirror. It's not going to cost you anything, but it's going to be a very valuable asset from this point on. Get you a mirror, get you a calendar. 14 days, mark it off on your calendar. Day 1, day 14. Day 1, I am going to improve myself. Day 14, I will be here in 14 days. Now what you have done is set your mind to setting a goal. Same way that you set your mind to a goal, you know you got to pay that rent, you know you got to pay them bills. If not, you're going to have a problem. So now your mind is activated to getting the job done. What do? You may not have the money to go buy that extra food from Baba's or McDonald's. You shouldn't be eating it anyway, but you know how you trick off money. Is tricking off money more important than removing yourself from your home? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you've already conditioned your mind knowing that you're going to pay this bill. You're going to get this bill paid. I want you to take that same energy and apply it to that calendar. I am not going to be in this state 14 days from now. While you're doing that, you're going to write down how you feel. I'm going to say get a phone and get a diary. This is going to help build your character and rebuild yourself. And when you get everything down, start saying to yourself these words. Look at yourself in the mirror. 5 minutes is all it takes. 5 minutes. Say these 3 words and add to them. I love you. 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 Add on, I love you enough to push you to succeed. I love you enough to push you enough to do better. Say these things to yourself and
Mhm.
continue doing that. Day one, I said I love myself so many times. Why do I love myself? Because I know I'm a good person. I know that I can do this. I can do this. I know I can do this. And then when you see everything that you've accomplished that first day, then say to yourself, okay, day number one is done. Let's go to day number two. We're going to get this done. It can be something as simple as I will do 5 push-ups.
Mhm.
I will do 20 squats. I will do leg raises. I will lift these weights for 2 minutes. I will jumping jacks. I'm going to get myself in shape. I'm going to find a picture of someone that I would like to look close to
Mhm.
so that I can feel better about myself. I'm going to go and look at some clothes that I like. And I am going to, in 14 days, I'm going to find a way to get it. And I'm going to have this as an advantage, but I'm going to get it done. Then you want to ask yourself, before I commit to something, is doing this really that important compared to doing this? And these are little small things that you can do, but it doesn't cost you any money to do it.
Mhm.
So there are no excuses. And if you get into a mental blockage where you start feeling down, do this. Take a deep breath. Get yourself back together. Sometimes I do this. Hey, no, no, no. We're not doing that. Stop. Get back in order.
Mhm.
Let's go. Get up. No. Now you're psychologically telling your body this is not acceptable anymore. And then you're going to start noticing the people that's around you, and you're not going to want to be around them because they're not doing what you're doing to make yourself better. This is how you fight cancer from a mental perspective. That also includes the food that you're going to eat, because food will be a drug as well that you will overdo and overspend in order to deal with a feeling that you're scared, that you don't want to face. Face it. Face it by yourself
Mhm.
and face it and give it to God. I can't make it any simpler than that. God, I don't want to be here.
Right.
Show me what I got to do to get out of this.
Mhm.
And when you get that blessing, make sure that you show your gratitude, because I know what I've been through.
Mhm.
I know that being in somebody else's home with their way of doing things and not how I do things, that was hard. But
Mhm.
never will I be ungrateful that I had the opportunity to have a second chance at life.
Right.
So don't forget the people that were there.
Mhm.
Even though some of them you want to, as Ghostface Killer said, smack fire at their ass, but they were there.
Excuse me. Yeah.
And I'm going to even say, and I'm saying this from a humble place, there were times where I was extremely angry at what happened, but because I was around great elders,
Mhm.
and I want to give a shout out to Andre Taylor, who I call my personal mentor. Everything breaks down to values. Guard the man. Guard the man. When you get what you ask for,
Mm-hmm.
don't complain about the mistakes because you asked for it. You just didn't be more specific about how you asked for what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all understand? And I appreciate Andre, and I'm going to send him a message. When you get what you ask for, before you get it, before you ask for it, make sure that deep down in your heart, this is really what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not in the most comfortable place, if you get this message, you'll understand where I'm going with this. I'm grateful that I can say that I got the woman that I married.
Mm-hmm.
I am grateful that the person that I wanted to be with, I had. And as Houdini said, you ever heard the song One Love? I'd rather have had love than to have never had love at all. Many of us have been in the Super Bowl, and even
Mm-hmm.
though you may not have that ring, at least you had the experience of knowing what it was like to be in the Super Bowl,
That's
win
right.
or lose. How many people can say they actually been to the Super Bowl, whether they won or
Mm.
lost?
That's right.
Because even a loser wins. Do y'all hear me? So you have to get to a point where, yes, it's difficult sometimes to deal with that as a man, as a human being. But once you remove the things around you that
Mm-hmm.
distract you from your path, then you can concentrate and actually think about exactly what happened
That's
and
right.
why it happened so that you can actually rebuild and regroup yourself. I'm still learning that today. And it's nothing wrong with making mistakes
Right.
as long as your intentions were honest. Now, if you sat up here and was doing some grimy ish, then whatever you got coming, yeah, it is what it is. But if your intentions wasn't bad,
Mm-hmm.
stop beating yourself up. And that's the lesson. Hold on. That's the lesson that I had to personally learn. Stop beating yourself up for something that you tried your best to be good at.
That's right.
The mistake wasn't intentional. You can get back up. So start by telling yourself how much you love yourself. And it's okay. But don't let it destroy you and take your greatness away from you.
That's right.
And that's what cancer will do. That's what, unfortunately, these practitioners do when they throw this stuff at you, not realizing how bad it makes you feel here. Focus on 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
Start with day one. This is where I'm at right now. 14 days from now, this is where I want to be. And I'm going to do what's necessary to get there.
That's right.
So before I end this, how many minutes is it so far?
24.
Okay, so I'm trying to keep these videos down to 20 minutes. We want 24. Give me 5 more minutes of your time. Number one, get a calendar, get a piece of paper, get a tablet, get a phone. Day one, how are you feeling? Why are you feeling this way? What is it going to take for you to get out of that? Take day one and focus on that. Then get a calendar. 14 days from that day, this is where I'm going to be. And you're going to say that every day. 13 days from now, this is where I'm going to be. 12 days from now, this is where I'm going to be. And the more you do that, the same way that this is the 29th, rent is due on the 1st, you got between the 1st and the 5th. When them days hit,
Mm-hmm.
My bills are paid. You've already put it in the universe. It's already mandated.
Mm.
What did you do to make sure that that was possible? You made yourself do it, and you sacrificed to make sure it got done. This is the same method. What are you going to do 14 days from now to stop this cancer from affecting you? Why do I say 14 days? It takes 7 days for a new cancer cell to develop and 14 days for it to get rid of the old cell to actually go through the complete process of a cancer cell being formed. So between 1 and 14 days. Anybody knows about tattoos? When you do a tattoo, you got the epidermis and the dermis and the epidermis. It takes 14 days for that dermis to actually go through its transformation form with the inks and everything, and then another 14 days for it to clear up completely where your skin is back to normal. Same process. 14 days. Where will I be? Now, I also encourage you all to continue pushing forward and saying, I am going to do the absolute best that I can to do the absolute best job. I'm going to do the absolute best that I can to get the right substances in my body. I'm going to do the absolute best job that I can to stop allowing my mind to make me feel bad about this situation. And I'm going to re-encourage myself the very best way that I can. And it doesn't mean you're going to be successful all the time, but it's okay. You can get right back up so that you can get it right. That's my video for today. This is part 4. I'll try to do part 5 in the next couple of days. I really hope that you all are learning something from this, because I learned a lot from my experience, and I'm still going through it, but I'm getting through it. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. Please share this video if you know somebody that's dealing with cancer or a personal issue and they're trying to get over it. I really want to get into depression and how to deal with it. So I'm using my stories and my testimonies to show you how it works. I'm a Gemini, so I got like 8,000 people in me. So sometimes I go from one way to the next way, but I'm here, and hey, all the greatest rappers were Geminis. Nah, I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, Lauryn Hill, Tupac, Kendrick Lamar, Biggie, Andre 3000, Kanye. Although you all think he weird and all that, but I'm saying it, and there it is.
Excuse me,
Prince.
Going through it.
There it is. All right, till next time. Peace out. One.
Always. Drop it.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah. You did you alone that time, huh?